Coming up on Z News, curtain falls on Ginimbi. A better time is all we need. A billionaire's dream, and Danai eyes Shirley Chisholm. This past week belonged to Zimbabwe's millionaire superstar genius boss Ginimbi as his untimely death shattered the internet as people across the globe spoke about the tragic car accident that he was involved in with 3 other people. Now, the gas and nightclub kingpin was known for his extravagant lifestyle that showcased his flashy life, in particular on social media, especially his flashy cars and his all-white parties. Now, in true and sad African style, people could not understand how he made his money, and social media was abuzz with rumors of how he acquired his wealth, with some even claiming that he turned to the underworld to get himself a snake-spitting money so that he could always stay on top. Now, this, of course, was just out of this world because people love such rumors, and people even went onto the Rolls-Royce social media pages and bombarded them and say that basically they're the ones who destroyed him because his car was not legit. I mean, over 27,000 comments were left on their social media pages. And of course, when it was time to retrieve his body from the funeral parlor and take it to his home in true African style for him to sleep over the night, people came out to just show his support and just give him the last hurrah for everything that he did. You know, with everyone coming out on the streets to show their support, it made me just wonder if all the same people came out to actually tackle all the other issues that we have in Zimbabwe, surely wouldn't be in the predicament that we're in right now. But alas, people like the frivolous stuff. Anyway, apart from being extravagant and living his best life, he had a heart for people, and he educated many children and provided for people in his village, and they all came out to celebrate his life. Now, he was an inspiration to many people from humble beginnings like him, because he proved that you can start from the bottom and you can make your way to the top if you put in a whole lot of work. Now, of course, he will be missed for his energy, his bubbly energy on social media, and just being such a positive guy who no one really had anything negative to say about. Actually, many of his celebrity friends came out to pay their last respects to him on social media as well as in person. Now, speaking about his celebrity friends, Davido was one of them who posted a tribute to him on social media, and he also released his new album, A Better Time. And to be honest with you, every single song on that album is a banger. Now, many people always compare him to Wizkid, who also released his album Made in Lagos not too long ago. And to be honest with you, for me personally, after listening to both albums, I am a Davido stan. I love both of them, but at the end of the day, Davido always is true to his sound. He never really changes, it never really varies, and he always gives us those party vibes, the feel-good songs that we all love about him, and it is a banger. I mean, I don't even know why people actually compare the two, because their styles are so different. Wizkid, for me, in this Made in Lagos album, he didn't really bring it the way he made it sound like he's going to bring it with all the collaborations that he had. I mean, you know, it's really good to try new styles, but for me personally, I feel like his old style was better. His old sound was better. Maybe when he was still more hungry, he had that fire, that zest. But now that he's making the shmoney and he's hanging out with your Naomi Campbells and your Drakes and everybody else that he had on his album, you know, he doesn't have that desire anymore. So for me, Davido stays winning. Regional football has finally resumed in the motherland, and new candidates for upcoming elections in March for the highest office have finally been revealed, with the current president Ahmed also vying for a second term. Now, in the 4 years of his presidency, things haven't gone as anticipated. I mean, he started off on a really high note as he brought in some fresh blood into the organization. I mean, his predecessor, Issa Hayatou, he stayed true to the African style of governance and remained in power for over 28 years. With very much basically nothing to show for it. I mean, apart from just, you know, taking money from one pocket and putting it into his own pocket. Anyway, the Malagasy president started off his tenure by changing the club calendar after international players opted to go for the shmoney honey over patriotism because they were always clashing. And he also incorporated football players into decision making. And this is where we saw your Samuel Eto'os and your Didier Drogba's having more input into the style of football that we're playing in the continent. And also he vowed to bring in some more effective changes in administration, refereeing, as well as youth competition. All started off on a really good note. I mean, darlings, it wouldn't be an African style of leadership if there weren't any rumors of corruption and disregard of rules. Ahmed went rogue. He is African after all. And it all started crumbling down when he appointed Fawzi Lechka, then president of the Royal Moroccan Football Federation, as the third vice president of CAF. Why do we need three of them anyway? Now, this new dude was a committee member that seemed to have joined to become a VP. And on top of that, he was a junior out of all the other 21 male committee members. I mean, first and foremost, why is it just males? 21 males. Where are the ladies at? I mean, where are they? Anyway, Ahmed, he was accused of sexual harassment as well as nepotism. But what sealed the deal for him was when he basically removed Puma. Now, Puma have always had this long-standing relationship with CAF, in particular when it comes to Chan, because they always provided referee equipment for them. So what Ahmed decided to do was to remove Puma unceremoniously and instead bring in Adidas. But the catch was that all the goods that they needed had to be bought through his friend in France. Yep, he took that road because obviously it means he's gonna get some money for his friend, he's gonna get some money for himself. So this is where he's at. At the end of the day, FIFA got involved. They brought in the ethics team and he is under investigation. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to win the next elections next year. At this point, I don't even think that he needs to get in. Anyways, other candidates who are making him run for his money are Jacques Anouma, who is the president of the 5th Ivory Coast, Augustin Senghor of Senegal FA, Ahmed Yaha of the Mauritian Federation, and Patrice Motsepe, owner of the Mamelodi Sundowns, who also got the backing of the South African Football Association. I mean, to be honest with you, I think at this point they should go for someone like Patrice because he is a billionaire. He doesn't need to steal money from CAF. If anything, all he needs is just the power and the fame of being out there. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to keep our eyes on this because at the end of the day, the continent loves football. Now, across the Atlantic, Zimbabwean-born actress Danai has bagged herself a new role as Shirley Chisholm in the Fighting Shirley Chisholm big screen movie. Now, Miss Chisholm was the first black woman to be elected in Congress back in 1968, and subsequently, she was nominated to be a presidential candidate for the Democratic Party. Hello! Now, the role was initially linked to Viola Davis, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out, and we thank you for that, Ms. Davis, because now you have given our sister a chance to shine. And before that, Uzo Aduba of Orange is the New Black actually reprised the role in a silver screen, and she won an Emmy for it in Mrs. America. Now, this is the first movie that Ms. Gurira will be in after her big role in Black Panther. Yes, girl, keep winning. We are rooting for you back over here at home. And please make sure that sometimes you just mention a bit of, hashtag Zimbabwean Lives Matter, something like that. But anyway, we are fans. We are loving everything that you're doing. Now, still in Hollywood, Blackish creator Kenya Barris has been keeping his eye on some African talent after he came across some really impressive work that South African scandal actor Hongani Ndlovu, it must be a Ndlovu thing, and he said, you know what, I want to work with this guy. I think he's got a brilliant future. I love his acting skills, and I definitely want to cast him in future upcoming episodes of Blackish. This is going to be interesting. We're going to keep an eye on it. We'd love to see this relationship, this new thing that's happening between African artists, African actors, as well as Hollywood. We are loving this. You never know, you might just end up seeing some of us on those big screens. It's really not surprising that Master KG won the Best African Act at the European MTV Awards for that song that, there's really no need for me to mention the name because you know the song that I'm talking about. And finally, he broke the Nigerian streak that was happening at the MTV EMA Awards. In 2016, Wizkid won. 2017, it was Davido. 2018, it was Tiwa Savage, and in 2019, it was Burna Boy. So thank you so much for Jerusalem and Master KG, because now, we can breathe other countries. Other nominees included Rema, Burna Boy, DJ Maphorisa and his sidekick Kebza De Small, as well as Gaz Mawete and Sheba. The hit DJ is the third South African to win the prestigious award after Freshly Ground as well as Lochinvar. Now, previous nominees included Black Coffee, Casper Nyovest, Mafigi Zolo and Mikasa. And it's quite interesting to see that Black Coffee has not won this prestigious award, seeing as he has taken over Europe. His DJing skills have taken over Europe by storm. Zimbabwe looks like it has its very own Tyler Perry in the making in Braden Hart. Now, the Bing Braden reality star who actually studied for this, he went to ABDA in Cape Town. He premiered his new movie 18 months later, which he actually wrote, he directed, and he starred in. And it's all about the coronavirus and actually finding the vaccine to it. But it also has a little twist to it. I'm not going to say too much about it. Instead, I'm going to let the trailer do all the talking. Check it out.
Where's that film? The War of the Worlds?
No.
The Final Destination?
Why?
I'm starting to feel like I'm in the middle of it.
Is that good?
A lot of people die.
Z, come on, dude. Z, do I?
This movie looks like it's going to be fire, so do make sure that you head out to the cinema and check it out when it premieres. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me. I'll be back again next week with more exciting news for you. If you did enjoy the episode, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more exciting news like this, you know what you gotta do? Subscribe to the channel and make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of this good stuff. I'll be back again next week. Do take care. Mwah. Ciao.